Why was the Fiscal Compact introduced during Europe's Eurozone crisis? Imagine a time when the euro was wobbling, markets were panicking, and countries were worried about collapsing economies. That was the Eurozone crisis. During this turbulent period, many countries in Europe faced soaring debt levels and fears of default. Some governments had spent more than they could afford, and investors started losing confidence. The crisis made everyone realize that simply having a common currency was not enough to keep the Eurozone stable. Countries needed stronger rules to keep their finances in check. The main goal was to prevent similar problems from happening again. Leaders from Germany and France, which are major economies in Europe, pushed for a new set of rules. They wanted countries to stick to strict fiscal discipline, meaning they had to keep their budgets balanced and avoid excessive borrowing. This led to the creation of the Fiscal Compact, also called the Treaty on Stability, Coordination and Governance in the Economic and Monetary Union. It was signed in 2012 and became active in 2013. Before the Compact, there was an earlier rule called the Stability and Growth Pact. It set limits on how much countries could spend or borrow. But it was not strict enough, and many countries still broke the rules during the crisis. The Fiscal Compact made these rules tougher and more binding. Countries had to keep their structural budget deficits at or below 0.5% of their gross domestic product. Structural deficits are the part of the deficit that is not affected by temporary economic changes. To make sure countries followed these rules, the Compact required them to put these rules into their national laws, sometimes even into their constitutions. It also created automatic correction mechanisms. If a country was not meeting its targets, it had to take steps to fix its finances. If it refused, other countries could take legal action through the European Court of Justice and even impose fines. This treaty was a way to strengthen economic governance in Europe. It was mainly driven by Germany and France, who wanted to avoid future bailouts and financial crises. The Compact also marked a shift toward more cooperation among governments, reducing the role of the European Union institutions in fiscal oversight. In practical terms, the Fiscal Compact aimed to make sure countries kept their public finances sustainable. This was meant to protect the euro and the entire Eurozone from future crises. It also set higher standards for countries wanting to join the euro in the future. While it helped improve fiscal discipline, critics argued it limited countries' ability to use fiscal policies to respond to economic downturns. So, the main reason the Fiscal Compact was introduced during Europe's Eurozone crisis was to create stronger rules that would keep countries' finances in check, restore confidence in the euro, and prevent another financial disaster from happening again.